The 2018 International Pairs Golf Championship is proudly brought to you by Windhoek Lager. Hampshire Golf Club in Windhoek and the third staging of the Windhoek Lager International Pairs, with the South African final taking place in the Namibian capital once again. It's the biggest event in the golf world for affiliated club players, with 24 South African teams arriving in Windhoek after making it through qualifying in their respective regions. At stake, the opportunity to represent South Africa at the World International Pairs final in Portugal in November, with only the top 2 pairs going through to the finals.
We started 3 years ago and we had 164 events. In year 2 we had 274 events, and in year 3 we had 302 events across South Africa. We've had in the last season just short of 20,000 affiliated golfers participating. So the 48 players here at the bottom line has proved their mettle against almost 20,000 golfers in South Africa.
For the first time, the Windhoek Lager International Pairs features an additional Portugal spot up for grabs, with pairs from Zimbabwe and Namibia going head-to-head for that spot over the 2 days.
We actually try to expand into Africa. It's not always easy to do a competition of this magnitude in Africa, but we've started in Namibia, and we actually had 501 players playing in Namibia of the 1,200 members that they have in Namibia, which is actually quite a feat. And then we had Zimbabwe for the first time having qualifying events, and the 2 pairs, or the 1 pair, one in Zimbabwe and the other pair from Namibia. So it's the first time they're taking part. One of the 2 pairs will go to Portugal.
So the Windhoek Lager International Pairs making headway in Southern Africa and doing its bit to grow the game of golf into the rest of the continent. But that's not all.
We've acquired the rights to the Las Vegas Transatlantic Challenge, which normally has also only been played between Europe and America. We are now busy getting an African team together to go to Las Vegas as well to play in the competition.
So to day 1 of the 2018 Windhoek Lager International Pairs, with the 24 teams competing against each other off handicap. It's better ball Stableford scoring, and here's a look at our first pair, former Northern Free State rugby player Yuri Yearling and his partner Leon van der Walt from the Oppenheimer Golf Club in Welkom. Yearling finds the bunker on the par 3 4th hole, but shows some great touch to escape the sand and give himself an opportunity to make par. Unfortunately, Yearling's touch deserts him, and the 15 handicapper has to make do with a 4 for 2 points. But with playing partner Van der Walt securing a 4-pointer at the previous hole, this pair are off to a good start. To our Southern African showdown now, with Burkas Damon and Joseph Martin of Namibia taking on Zimbabwe's Shaibu Changanani and Mikironi Caridozo for a ticket to Portugal. After missing the green at the 4th, Damon recovers nicely and chips in to just a few feet. He's off for 12 handicap is Damon, so this par secures a 3-pointer. Representing Mount Edgecombe in Durban, the pair of Robin and Vidishal Singh. Here it's the younger of the 2 Singhs overshooting the 4th green. No such problems for Port Shepston's Gavin van Wyk, playing here with son Jared. Gavin, a 7 handicap, gets the club selection just right, and it's a fantastic tee shot at the stroke 8 hole. Vidishal Singh, meanwhile, is not to be outdone. After finding the bunker at the back of the green, the personal trainer shows why he's off a 4 handicap, with a piece of short game brilliance that nearly results in an unlikely birdie.
Get in! Oh! What a great shot.
Back to Van Wyk Sr., who's already off to a solid start, thanks to a pair of 2-pointers and a 3. No 3-pointer here, I'm afraid, but Van Wyk probably in with a shot at securing closest to the pin, thanks to a great tee shot. The Van Wyks look to make the most of their regional qualifying effort at Umdoni on the south coast. Vidishal Singh, meanwhile, taps in for par to complete a great up and down, even though it's only good enough for 2 points. To our only mixed pair of the competition now, with Henny Havelga and Fiona Richard representing Walmer Golf Club in Port Elizabeth. Havelga off a 25 handicap finds the fringe. But for a high handicapper, he shows some great touch, much to his partner's delight as she has her eye on a three-pointer.
Go.
Go. Shot it in. Looking good, pal.
No problems for Havelga, who nails his short putt for par, and the PE pair are up and running.
Awesome, partner. Well done. What a three. Boy.
The same could be said for the King David Mowbray Golf Club pairing of Greg Pickering and Simon Rogers. Here, Pickering plays an outstanding bunker shot and shows why he's off a 5 handicap. So is his partner, but Rogers can only manage a 4. So Pickering's par putt ensures the 2 points and the damage is minimal.
Solid 3. What a 3. Great.
Playing out of Royal Johannesburg and Kensington Golf Club, Wayne Mitri and his partner Mario Martins. Mitri here with an excellent tee shot at the 4th, judging the distance to perfection and giving himself a birdie opportunity and a chance at a 4-pointer. Mitri looking to follow up his partner's 4-pointer at the 3rd, where Martins birdied the stroke 2. Unfortunately not to be, as Mitri's putt slides by. Nonetheless, he still secures the 3 points, and this pair off to a strong start, thanks to some good early holes.
Thank you.
Now to the pair making an early charge on day 1 of the Windhoek Lager International Pairs, Peter Burkas and Jacques Talliard of Schoeman Park Golf Club in Bloemfontein. They arrive at the par 4 stroke 118th, their 9th hole, with 19 points already in the bag. Burkas, off a 5 handicap, has been dovetailing nicely with his partner, and here he makes sure of a par and yet another 3-pointer. The pair from Schoeman Park turn with 22 points.
Well done.
Also making the early running on day 1, Giovanni Pileggi and Johan du Toit from Ceres Golf Club in the Western Cape. Pileggi's off a 9 and du Toit off a 10, but this is not the best effort from Pileggi. Well, you can forget about that poor chip. Pileggi makes this putt for par from distance, much to his partner's delight. And the pair from Ceres also turn with 22 points to their name. Also from the Western Cape, the Belleville Golf Club pair of Mornay and Hugo Vermeulen. Mornay goes by the name of Boykie, and what a Boykie indeed. This excellent chip on 18, setting up an almost certain par. That's a 4 for 3 of his 8 handicap, and the Vermeulens head to the front 9 nicely placed on 20 points. Also enjoying the back 9, Kobus Radema and Fanny Bam of Leidenburg Golf Club in Mpumalanga. They arrive at the 18th with 16 points, and here Radema comes up just short of the green with his 2nd. The chip is not too much better, as Radema, an 8 handicap, runs his effort well past the hole. A bit of work required for par now. No problems though for Radema. It's a confident stroke, a 4 for 3 and 19 points after 9 holes for the pair from Leidenburg Golf Club. That's a decent start. From the 18th to the adjacent par 4 9th hole, where some of our groups are now finishing off their opening rounds. The early pace setters, Talliard and Burkas, have continued their assault on the Omea Golf Club course with a front line that has already yielded 4 4-pointers, thanks to an incredible 3 eagles and a birdie between them. Talliard himself is 5 under par for this 9. Playing with Talliard and Burkas, the Plettenberg Bay Country Club pair of Cameron Atwood and Ryan Gilbert. Here, Atwood produces an excellent second shot on 9, as he looks to put the finishing touches to a solid 9 holes. Talliard, meanwhile, has a chance at birdie to really put the icing on the cake. But for once on this day, the putt doesn't drop, and Talliard has to settle for an almost certain par. Atwood was looking for his 2nd birdie, the 9, after a 3 at the par 4 5th, but this effort comes up just short, and he taps in for par to secure the 3 points and an overall score of 39 points for Atwood and Gilbert. Talliard also taps in for par to put the finishing touches on a stunning round of golf, An incredible 7 under par 65 off a 3 handicap for Taljaard, as he and Burkas set the early pace with 48 points. The rest of the field have some work to do, and Heine Witbooi and Hendrik Plaim of Swellendam Golf Club are doing their best to stay in touch. Witbooi, a 7 handicap, comes up with this outstanding approach to the 9th. After a nice high draw, his ball catches the slope and feeds down nicely to the hole, eventually settling just a few feet away. A great chance at birdie, and Witbooi makes no mistake, securing a 3 for 4 and pumping his fist. That's 22 points across the front 9 for Witbooi and Plaim, and an 18-hole score of 41, leaving them in touch with the leaders. The 9th at Omea is no pushover at 408 metres from the club tees, but the field for the 2018 Windhoek Lager International Pairs looks to have its measure on this particular day. Here, Session Golf and Country Club's Danny Leibrand, the latest to come up with an excellent second shot into the stroke 4. He is playing with partner Lionel Pedro, a 3 handicap. Don't worry about dovetailing. Here, Pedro takes advantage of another good approach shot to nail this birdie putt on 9. Over to you now, partner, as Pedro doesn't get a shot at the 9th. Leibrand does, so it's up to him to cash in. And he duly does. His birdie putt on 9 is worth 4, and the Session pair close the day on 43 points. That's just 5 points off the pace, and well within touching distance going into day 2. To the par 5 15th now, where Durban Country Club's Larry Southwood finds himself just off the green in 2. It's an eagle attempt from distance, but it looks good from the moment it leaves the putter.
It looks excellent! You're just waiting for the camera.
Southwood and partner Mark Angel on their way to 42 points in round 1. Back to Yearling and Van der Walt now, who are also making a charge and putting together a great back 9. After 21 points on the front 9, this an excellent second on the par 5 from Yearling, setting up an eagle opportunity. Not bad for a 15 handicap, but Yearling just misses the eagle attempt and has to settle for birdie, which is still good enough for a 4th 3-pointer of the 9 for the pair from Oppenheimer Golf Club. Could they finish strong and get close to Taljaard and Burkas? Also looking to stay in touch, Jared and Gavin van Wyk of Port Shepstone Golf Club. They had 20 points on the front 9, and here Jared hits the green on the par 5, although he's some distance from the pin and is probably going to need some touch with a flat stick. Can he at least lag it to easy birdie putt distance?
Slow down.
That's fine. Go inside. Go inside.
Nope, sorry, it's got a bit too much speed down the hill, and the youngster still has some work to do coming back. He would hate to 3-putt after hitting the green in 2. No chance of that, as Jared van Wyk produces a confident stroke to secure the birdie and 3 points for Dad. The van Wyks would go on to finish strong with 8 points over the closing 3 holes to finish on 40 for the day, a solid return for the father and son team. To the rather inviting drivable par 4 16th, where King David Mowbray's Pickering comes up with an excellent second from near the green to give himself a chance at birdie on this picturesque hole. Not the best day for the 2 5 handicappers from Cape Town, but not disastrous either. Pickering's birdie here, a highlight, and they close on 37 points for the day. That leaves them 11 points off the pace. The day dominated by Taljaard and Burkas, who shoot the lights out with 48 points to lead by 3 from Yearling and Van der Walt. In the Southern African match, it's Namibia's Damon and Martin who lead their Zimbabwean opponents by 11 points.
This is basically the best greens I ever played on. I will recommend it to everybody to come and play a round of golf here.
Now, an interesting stat, no one has ever led after day 1 at the Windhoek Lager International Pairs and gone on to win it. How do you feel about that?
A bit of pressure, but if we keep things going, we'll do it. We'll win.
What do you think you need to get right tomorrow, Jacques, to make sure you guys can carry on and hold your lead and win this thing?
Basically the same game plan as today. Hit fairways, hit greens, try somebody to, the same game plan as today, yeah.
The International Pairs format was conceived in the UK in 1999, and the success of it is in its simplicity. Ordinary club golfers competing for spots to represent their country at the International Pairs World Final each year. 2016 saw the launch of the Windhoek Lager International Pairs, with the South African final taking place in Namibia. Now the plan is to grow it into the rest of Africa.
I think the formula of this tournament lends itself to a lot of growth because it's aimed at all club golfers, not only the top-end golfers in the countries. So your normal club golfer has now the opportunity to participate and to qualify for a national tournament. That is why this year we decided to open it up to just slowly into Africa, and we did Namibia joined the ranks, and Zimbabwe as well. And so between Namibia and Zimbabwe there's now a playoff for one spot for the winning team to also join the two South African teams to go to Portugal in November.
For the first time, Amaya Golf Club hosts both rounds of the Windhoek Lager International Pairs. A Peter Makovich designed par 72 championship layout, Amaya is 30 kilometres south of Windhoek, offering up a beautiful golf course in the Namibian bushveld.
I can just say one thing, it's just for us, it's exposure. Not only that, we run a very, very close relationship with Ian Stevenson from Windhoek Lager. They've been fantastic for amateur golf, not only in Namibia. This Windhoek Lager International Pairs has skyrocketed what they've done in South Africa. I mean, they've got over 300 qualifying events there, but just the fact that we are hosting 52 players, of which 24 teams are coming from South Africa, for us is exposure. We want the guys to be able to go back and say, listen guys, we played a proper golf course, we had a good time, and we enjoyed a 5-star experience at Amaya Golf Club.
To day 2 we go, and the final round of the Windhoek Lager International Pairs. Here, Namibia's Burkas Damon and Joseph Martin looking to extend their first round 11-point lead over Zimbabwe's Shaibu Changanani and Makironi Karidozo. Damon finds the bunker at the par 3 fourth, but it's a delightful escape from the sand for the left-handed Namibian. No problems with the par putt either. It's a 3 for 3, and Damon and Martin stretch their lead over their Zimbabwean opponents to 13 points with 14 holes to play. To the main field now, where Swellendam's Hendrik Pleim and Hein Witboy looking to build on their opening round of 41 points. Here, Pleim produces a solid tee shot at 4. Off a 20 handicap, points are on offer here. First up though, it's partner Witboy, who plays off a 7 handicap. After a good look, it's a smooth stroke, and he nails a par putt from distance. He doesn't stroke though, so it's only good enough for 2 points. Over to you, Hendrik, he says, with Pleim eyeing up a birdie putt and a possible 4-pointer. Not to be on this occasion, as Pleim comes up just short. Nonetheless, it's still a 3-pointer, and Pleim and Witboy are off to a good start, adding 10 points in their first 4 holes, thanks to 2 pars from Pleim and some good dovetailing. They would eventually finish 11th overall, with a 2-run score of 80 points. Now to the chasing pack, with Durban Country Club pair Mark Angel and Larry Southwood one of the teams to watch. Angel with an outstanding tee shot on 4, giving him a great chance at birdie and a possible 4-pointer. Angel lines it up. And it's no mistake from just a few feet. Angel and Southwood signal their intentions as they move to 53 points. The men they're chasing are Peter Burkas and Jacques from Skuman Park. They've got off to a solid start with 7 points in their first 3 holes. Here Burkas produces a good tee shot at 4. Burkas and Talliard have Yuri Yearling and Leon van der Walt snapping at their heels. But there's no birdie here for Burkas, and he must make do with a 3 for 2. Their lead now down to just 1 point. Back to the Southern African showdown, where Damon of Namibia produces this excellent chip on the par 5/8. It's already been a good first 7 holes for Damon and Martin, with 3 3-pointers. Make that a 4th, as Damon makes no mistake with his birdie putt. Damon and Martin up to 63 points and a 14-point lead over their Zimbabwe opponents with 10 holes to play. To Southwood and Angel now, who have racked up 18 points in the first 7 holes. There's another chance for more as Southwood hits the green in regulation. It's a pretty lengthy birdie putt, but the stroke is good and the roll true, and Southwood walks it in.
Boom!
before going on to high-five his partner Angel. The pair from Durban Country Club making a charge and threatening the leaders. Those leaders are no longer Burkas and Taljaard, who come to the 8th, trailing Yearling and Van der Walt by 2 points. Time to get some points back, and Burkas goes for the green in 2 before coming up just short. It's a tricky one from the fringe, but Burkas judges it to perfection. A lovely lag putt on 8 as he shows some nice touch round the greens. It's a certain birdie for the 5 handicapper from Schoeman Park. Burkas taps in for birdie, but the deficit remains 2 as Yearling and Van der Walt both manage 5 for 3s. All to play for on the back 9. And Taljaard and Burkas get to the par 5 15th now 4 points behind, largely due to Yearling and Van der Walt racking up 25 points on the front 9. Taljaard onto the green in 2. The Schoeman Park boys really do need an eagle here, but it's an outside chance from distance. It's not to be as Taljaard lags this attempt and makes sure the birdie. He duly taps in and the lead is down to 3 points with 3 holes to play. Make that 2 points with 2 to play as Yearling and Van der Walt start to feel the pressure. Taljaard cranks it up another notch with a great tee shot at 17. Can the pair from Oppenheimer Golf Club respond and hang on to their lead? According to Van der Walt, they can. The 22 handicapper producing this great tee shot on 17 and the perfect response. To Burkas now, who is also in with a chance at birdie. Burkas and Taljaard really do need something to go their way, but not on this occasion. A heartbreaking lip out and a rueful smile from Burkas. He knows that 2-pointers aren't good enough and duly taps in for par. Now it's Van der Walt's chance to all but wrap up victory. But he too misses, leaving himself with a little tester for par. It really is now a must-make for Taljaard. But incredibly, he too lips out for birdie, and the boys from Schoeman Park must think that the golfing gods are against them. That's pretty much confirmed when Van der Walt sinks his short par putt, securing the 3-pointer, and the lead is 3 with 1 hole to play. Southwood and Angel looking on with interest after closing with 88 points. Van der Walt and Yearling arrive at 18 with 90 points, and even though this is a double bogey for Van der Walt, that's good enough for victory, thanks to his 6 for 1. Taljaard, meanwhile, has this putt for par and 2 putts to wrap up second place. No mistake for the big man, and that 4 for 3 ensures second spot on 90 points. All that's left is for Yearling to put the finishing touches on a dominant performance. He taps in for par, high-fives his partner and congratulates Burkas and Taljaard on a hard-fought battle down the stretch. The winning score, 93 points across the 2 rounds, with Yearling and Van der Walt storming home with 48 points on day 2. That was good enough for a 3-point victory over Burkas and Taljaard, with Southwood and Angel sadly missing out on a trip to Portugal by just 2 points.
I told Leon before we started playing against Jacques and Peter, we mustn't chase them. We must play our game, we must concentrate, and that's what we did. It's an amazing feeling to go through, and it's lovely. It was lovely.
What does it mean to go to Portugal and represent your country?
Well, I haven't been there, but yeah, it's an amazing feeling. It's great.
Representing South Africa?
It's great. It's wonderful. It's a big achievement.
They couldn't hold on to their lead, but second was still good enough to secure a trip to Portugal for Burkas and Taljaard.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think it's an honor to represent your country in Portugal, and it's going to be fun. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, amazing. I didn't expect this at all, but yeah, seeing forward to it.
The other team going to Portugal, the Namibian pair Martin and Damon, who triumphed by 16 points over their Zimbabwe opponents. 2 former footballers who now get their kicks on the golf course.
We practiced hard to come this far. We did a lot of playoffs to come this far, and for myself, first time going abroad for golf. It's been, you don't know how I feel already. I can't wait for November.
Another successful staging of the Windhoek Lager International Pairs. The 2018 International Pairs Golf Championship was proudly brought to you by Windhoek Lager.